would like a signed copy of the fanfic.
Hello? You guys, I'm stressed. I feel like I start every stream with that, but I really am. This is one of the best Paramore songs of all time. Deadass, for real. Hi, Tabby. Um, Hi, Tabs. Hi, Mitty. Hi, Alan. Band, what the hell? Hello, it's good to see you. Thank you for the. I would like a signed copy of the fanfic. You know what? I haven't read them. I read one chapter of one publication. I don't even want to do this. I've been so nervous for the past like 36 hours. I'm like so nervous. Look, I found my shirt though. This is OG, man. This is an OG ass shirt. If I had tequila, it would be over. Um, my dad just texted me yo Vip and I thought he was here. Wait, in what context? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. In what context did he do that? Okay, green screen. I know, I set it up. Oh my god, my mic's in it. This is so embarrassing. There you go. Pola! Oh my god, okay. Now that Pola's here, I feel like I can do it. I did not feel very confident before. Oh wait, I don't want that in there. I just cut that out. Um, Martin's Ghost Whispers. I never used tabs for streams. I jumped for 2 days from stream to stream and chat things. Not again. It's weird to watch more than one stream at a time, Kate. Okay, yep, that's a big one. What's mine? You're really doing very well today. Try to calm if you can, and thank you for letting me still watch here. Wait, you guys, was Martin okay? Besides the death threat, was he kind of an okay guy, or am I tripping? Do I not inspire confidence? No, Tabs. You do not inspire confidence. The first thing you said was, when does this thing start? And I said, girl, I'm trying. And you said, just hit the go live button. And then you put in my Discord that I ruined people's stream streaks. And then you bullied me. And then you said she's buying time. You do not inspire confidence. Hi Kelky, how are you? It's good to see you. Happy Friday. I liked having Martin here, but the death threat on tabs drew the. Yeah, you're right. me. I mean, technically, maybe he thought tabs and tubs were separate people. She clocked her shit tabs, dude. Pola. Today, I think I know why tabs is in a bad mood, but she's taking it out on me. It's crazy. Okay, my bad, boss. It's okay. I accept your apology. I'm good, dude. Finally got internet in my place. No more hotspotting for work and leisure. Shit, you were using a hotspot. You know what though? Sometimes I use my hotspot when I'm too lazy to connect to the Wi-Fi, which is probably like not smart as like at all. But it works. Like that shit actually works. It works pretty well actually. How you doing? I'm super nervous. I'm like super nervous. I don't because it's like actually really embarrassing. And also I said I would make a PowerPoint and I didn't do that. I tried. I tried to make a PowerPoint. I got 2 slides in and I didn't know what to put on it. Why? Because, well, I'll get into it, but I have to log into work for 30 minutes. No problem, Pola. I hope work goes well. Because basically, I don't even know. This might be the first and only time ever where I'm chatting right now, and then I'm just like, okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. What if we pivot? Should we fight Tree Sentinel again? We can do that. We could also play Hollow Knight. We could try Slay the Spire Ascension 18. We can do more typing simulator type shit. We could... I mean, there's so many options. There's so many options. I don't want to do this. Okay. And also, the fact that I don't have a PowerPoint is kind of a little difficult to nav, because that's usually like my structure, and I didn't do that. I have 3 tabs open. To kind of go through the lore, like the story of it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think I'm gonna get distracted. Good luck, Pola. Can I put a poll in? Poll. Do we end stream and reschedule? Yes. No. Okay, there you go. Poll is up. Would you rather take time to create a PowerPoint if Tabs and I bill you all week to get it done? Maybe. Or what if I like play a game for an hour to get like till I could drink my little drink and build some confidence, and then we can do it type shit. First time, I'm glad I wasn't first. What if we do that? What would I play though? What would make me not nervous? I actually don't know. Where's the no option? Oh. My worry of you doing the drinking before the lore stream is a vulnerability. Well, I have no shots, so that's good. I have a single high noon. So that can't really be that bad. Hopefully. The vulnerability, Pola, this is fan-fucking-fiction. You saw the little clip I sent you. That's the vulnerability. That's actually so fucking crazy that it's gonna be so cringe, dude. It's like not even fucking funny. I need like actual emotional support. And I guess that's where I'm kind of tripping out a little bit. I'm getting a marg after work. That sounds so nice. I'm going to a show tonight. Not like a actual show, like a band show, but there's a series called like the Candlelight series, where they like do orchestral they do like orchestra covers of different tracks. I'm going to the Hans Zimmer one today. Is it Hans Zimmer or Hans Zimmerman? I actually don't even know. Vague. Full. Vague, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? That is so sweet. How was Elden Ring? I saw your character. She looked great. I get what you said at one point. You're like, you know, when you look at something for so long that you don't even know what you're doing anymore. That's how I was with mine. Thank you for the shout out for Vague. You guys, if you don't know Vague, she's a variety streamer. She did her first Elden Ring stream today, which is fucking sick. But thank you so much for the raid. If you need a raid run, take care of yourself. I totally understand. Hello, goodbye. I need to go clean up somebody's operational mess because they don't know how to read. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Thank you for joining in on the raid. I hope you're able to sort that out. That is the worst feeling ever. It was fun. Wow, I won like 10 I won like 10 times today. Let's fucking go winning 10 times. Where did you end up, Vague? Hi, Starry. Welcome in. Also, I feel like you do better with the PowerPoint queen. Like, that's your thing and the structure of it all. Tabby and I can bill you into creating it if you want to pivot. Yeah. Or what I do... Hey, Vague, I need your help. So basically, I'm super nervous about stream today because it's very vulnerable. And I was supposed to create a PowerPoint, but I didn't. But I do have, like, material lined up. So maybe I don't have to go into, like, the thick of it. Like, and I can just like show you guys all of the content that I used to make for Twilight and sort of talk about like how I got there and shit. Like maybe that'll be a fun little idea. but I feel like I need to build up some courage. So I was thinking, like, what could I do to build up courage? Like, what's a fun little game that I could play for a little bit? I don't know. I really don't know. But Big, I'm so glad you're playing Elden. Do you know when the next time you're gonna play it is? I'm excited to see you go through that game. It's honestly like top 3 of all time for me. Like top 3 of all time. Um Wait, Number is taking a shot insane. Wait, Big, what? What did you say to me? I don't know what to do. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna play a game for a little bit, but what game should we play? Maybe it'll help ease me. Oh my god, it's happening. Oh, Mario, it is happening, but I'm trying to buy time. I'm trying to buy time for a couple of reasons. I unfortunately can't stay once I get off work to stick around, but I really want to see the lore of it all. Pula, you can watch the VOD. I'll make sure that I don't do anything if you want to react to the whatever. Oh, Mario, it will happen eventually. What if we did like Jackbox or something? Oh, does anyone here? Well, people are working. Because what we could do is that fucking drawing game, Gartic. That could be a little fun, a little icebreaker. I love Gartic. I'm so shit at it. Oh, Mario, how are you, by the way? I hope you're having a lovely Friday. You'd play? Okay, wait. Would anyone else play? We could also do... Hi, Barbs! We just played that song. We literally just played her. Okay, well, I got things starting at 4, so, like, please, I beg. Oh, Mario, what time is 4 for you? What time is 4, like, in 2 hours, in 3 hours, in 1 hour? I'll play anything on work from... What the hell is... Huh? WFM? Is that work from home? Do you mean WFH? I'd play in, like, 20 minutes? Okay. Well, okay, cool. I know what you are, Vip. Dude, were you okay, well, first of all, do you see my shirt? Hi, Aga. Welcome in. How are you? Working from my house. Oh, okay. Work from my house. Got you. I work from my home. Wait, am I tripping? I thought it was WFH. When did it switch to WFM? That sounds like a radio station. I was gonna make a stupid joke. Yeah, 2 hours. Pretty sure we're in the same city based on previous convo. Chicago? Well, you don't have to answer that. But that's where I am. It is work from... Okay, yeah, you can't gaslight me. Same metro? Okay, got you. Oh, Mario! Yeah, I remember, because we have a common city. I'm not going to accept my mistakes. Meaning I would never ask you to do that. In this town, we make mistakes and gaslight everybody else into thinking that it was actually correct. Hi Anubis. Oh my god, welcome back to streaming. Oh, Anubis, thank you. Did you changed your name? Okay, rebrand. I love the it is crazy. Anubis, in it. What is this fucking song, bro? I don't remember this being on the soundtrack. Another Paramore one. I forgot that they did a couple of songs for this. They're gaslighting you. That's okay. That's allowed here. I'm out in Bloomingdale. I don't think I've ever been to a Bloomingdale. I did literally 10 minutes ago. Wait, are you feeling fresh? Are you feeling fun, fresh, and funky? Are you loving it? I like it a lot. I love it. Did you change your color as well, or gaslight gatekeep girl boss? Exactly. Thank you for the hype. I am Slay. Okay, Hair, let's just fucking get into it. I'm not gonna stall anymore. Fuck it, we ball. So TLDR, in like 2008, like every other bitch on planet Earth, I got really into Twilight. That's actually not true. Pola said this really fun fact about one time she didn't like, she didn't like Twilight because she thought it was lame. So I'm discovering that people didn't really fuck with Twilight as kids because they thought it'd be lame. Meanwhile, I bought this from Walmart in 2000. This is a relic, bitch. I bought this. I can't believe it fit me. This is a Walmart shirt that I bought in 2008 or 9. I had a couple of timeline shifts in my Twilight career. I started as Team Edward because I think that people brainwashed me into thinking that was correct. However, I saw the light and I became Team Jacob. So I'm actually gonna poll y'all because depending on how this poll goes, um, what were you? Team Edward, Team Jacob. Why is one cat? Okay, there's a little favoritism going on here. You have to answer this question earnestly. There is a poll up. I'm gonna make sure that I keep that in mind as I go forward. I've changed. I watched them 4 years ago. I just thought I was too cool for it back then. I know, but I wish I thought I was too cool for it back then. I was on some nerd shit. Nerd fucking shit. Jacob, baby? Okay, let's go. Jacob was the one that couldn't take no for an... Well, not really. So, I mean... Mario? Okay, there's no need to get political. We're like 10 minutes into stream. They were both toxic. First of all, let's talk about the... I mean, if you look at Edward, he was a creep, dude. He was like 200 years old, flirting with a 16-year-old girl. He married her as soon as she got out of fucking high school. I think they still got married when they were in high school, which is even more freak-ass behavior. He wanted to, like, kill her. He Stockholm syndromed her ass. I finally watched it last year with friends, and it was so fun, and now I'm obsessed. Wait, Kelky, T. They were actually both so toxic, for sure. Was it bad like High School Me anticipated? Yes, but High School Me was being a misogynist. Well, I was into Twilight in middle school. When I went to high school, I no longer was into it. This shirt got packed up into my, like, children's box, and I didn't touch it again until college when I decided I liked Twilight again. But I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen, like, the movies. I never reread the books. The last time I watched the movies was probably, like, 5-6 years ago. I read all the books before the movies were made. I was obsessed. I read all the books too. I remember when the last one came out, Breaking Dawn, I was like at a Barnes and Noble party for that shit. I thought Jacob was hotter, but Edward came to me in a dream, so I kind of fell in love with him after. Edward came... Team Edward? What are y'all doing? Hello? What are you fucking doing? That's crazy. I'm gonna run that poll again later. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, he came to you in a dream. What do you mean by that? There are all horrible people. That's why it's crazy to me that the author tries to act like it's completely normal behavior and that she did amazing writing. Yeah, I mean, here's a couple of things. The books, when I haven't read them again, but I've seen like snippets and shit online. That was ass writing. But when you're 10 years old and you read that shit, it's giving Henry David Thoreau, okay? It's giving Lord of the Flies level of literary genius, okay? Like, it's shattering your brain in a good way. And I think the reason why is because, like, what else are you reading? You just graduated from Junie B. Jones, bitch. You just graduated from the Magic Tree House or whatever that shit's called. Like, you're gonna fuck with something. I think my pipeline was, like, Junie B. Jones, to, like, those crime fucking books, and then I got into, like, Twilight, or before Twilight was A Series of Unfortunate Events. A Series of Unfortunate Events, I was obsessed with that, and then I went into Twilight, and then after Twilight, I went into, like, Gossip Girl. That was, like, my reading journey as a kid. It was good for the audience, exactly, it was great for the audience, but, like, I can't get, like, here's the thing, and this is what I'll never know. When Twilight was out, there were, like, grown people, which I'll get to. This is a good segue. There were grown people who were obsessed with Twilight, right? And by grown, I mean probably, like, 20, 25, whatever. And you have this group of 25-year-olds who are reading the books and are obsessed. And then you have, like, the group of 10-year-olds like me who are reading it and obsessed. And things got weird, okay? And so I'll talk a little bit about the meeting of the minds there, because that is, like, one of the most penultimate experiences of my life. Is that how you say that word? Series of Unfortunate Events was so cracked, Koki. I loved that. Tabs, you read that shit too? It was my favorite. At my school, we used to, on our birthday, we used to be able to go to the library and pick a book and then put our name in it. And I always picked the Series of Unfortunate Events books. I did! Vague! You just unlocked something in my brain. I did read The Click. I read The Click. I read Gossip Girl. I really was into the Princess Diaries books. I loved any book that was like diary-centric or like, what was similar to the, remember the uglies and shit? There was like the pretties, the uglies, and the mids. I don't remember what the books were called. But there was a book that I also read about that. My friend is a huge Twilight nerd still, so she made me sit down and watch the movies last year. I think I survived 3 of them, then finally bailed. 3 of them? You were almost there. You only had 2 left. You know what? The 3rd one is the worst, I think. I was an Artemis Fowl head. Dude, Artemis Fowl, you guys are throwing, like, these books that I haven't thought about for so long. I read Artemis Fowl, too. Or the Percy Jackson series. I loved those. Like, The Lightning Thief. Those were so good. Can we talk about how there's never been a Junie B. Jones film or television adaptation? Wait, Mitty. Do you think it's because the author doesn't want it to be adapted? Because I'm sure, like, a million people have been like, can we adapt this? That's actually so tea. You're so right. It could be, like, the American version of, do y'all remember that one TV show where there was that little girl? She was French and she wore a little hat. She wore a little hat and a little coat, and she was like this French girl, like Miss Mademoiselle or whatever. I don't remember her name. My childhood best friend and I took a trip to Forks a couple years ago and stayed on the reservation and went to go see Renesmee. What do you mean you went to go see Renesmee? What the fuck does that mean? What does you went to see Renesmee mean? My friends also, so I have a lot of friends who live in Portland, and they've driven up to Forks or whatever that place is and have gone and stayed there as well. Penultimate would be second to last experience of your life, so I hope not. Oh my god, Mario, I take that back. My bad. This is what I get for trying to throw in words. My ass wants to reread the Click series for fun. I was obsessed. Pola, you should... Wait, Pola. You can reread Click and I'll reread the Series of Unfortunate Events. The Click book club. Wait, we could have a... Wait, that'd actually kind of be fun. Hi, Valky. How are you, lovely? It's good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for joining in on the raid. I pretty much only grab books from the library based on the cover, but never read them, and lied to everyone that I did, only based on the backup. I used to do that shit too. I don't care. Anyone who says that a cover or whatever is not important is lying to your face. I have deadass not read a book because I thought the cover was ugly. And I'll stand beside that. They have the doll at the museum. It's so fucking scary. I didn't know it was a doll, dude. I thought she was CGI'd onto, like, a child's face. That is so crazy. Do you have pictures, Vig? If you have pictures, please, please, please send them to me. Hi, Hallie. Hallie, how are you feeling? Dude, Hallie casually doing a almost 10-hour stream yesterday playing Hollow Knight. There is a new well, I'm not addicted, but there's a Hollow Knight addict in the fucking chat, and it's Hallie. I'm so happy to be here. I'm good. How are you, Sweet Pea? I'm good. Valky, we're doing Twilight stream. Can you tell? Okay, let me get into it because I know a lot of you guys have to leave. So, when I was like 9 or 10, I started reading the books. Was fucking obsessed. Made it my whole personality. We'll see how much I made it my whole personality. This is going to be a very... We're going to get further and further and deeper into the shattering of my mind. But my first action... as someone who was really obsessed, was like finding people like me online. Jake, what the hell is that? Oh, Team Jacob. Mate Bojack. So, I had a family computer, and my parents put like this fucking thing on it where I was only allowed to get like 2 or 3 hours of internet time a day. And I was able to hack into the mainframe and update that shit. So, I would be on forums a lot. Were any of you as children like on any sort of forum at all? Like, basically they were like, I don't know how to describe a forum, dude. Like, that shit is actually so fucking crazy. How would I describe a forum? It was basically like I don't even know how to explain it. Like, how do I explain that shit? I pretty much only read one book called Shiver about a girl who falls in love with a wolf that turns into a boy. So you are Team Jacob. I low-key got a migraine, and it's probably because of me doing dumb stuff like streaming that long. No! Do you still have it, Hallie? I'm so excited for this, you have no idea. Okay, hold up. I'm trying to find... So, anyway, it was a forum, which is basically like this... I have to go back to the Wayback Machine for this, so I'm trying to find the website. But there was... It was like a fuck-ass webpage, and you'd have, like, different like a discussion board, and you'd have different things. So you'd have, like, a chat room for, like, theories, a chat room for fan fiction, a chat room for whatever, right? And this shit became my entire life. My entire life. I was on there every second that I had time. And again, I was probably like 11 years old, right? And there were people of all ages, but at 11 years old, you don't really like know, which I guess is like besides the point, but you don't really know what's going on, you know? But I was on there, and my first username was like this fuck ass whatever the hell. Like, it was my whatever my normal username was. And then I ended up changing it because like you end up making friends on these sites, and I had a crush. I developed a crush on someone who used that website called Nihilist. And they got that username because this site wasn't big. So context on the site a little bit. Basically, there was the twilightsaga.com, which was a Twilight forum that was run by the Twilight company. But people didn't fuck with that one because it was too heavily moderated and people wanted to post their smut, and I guess. And so a fan created the new Twilight Saga forum, and that's where I was on. So there was like the original one, and then there was like the fan-made one. And the fan-made one overtook like the original one in popularity. And I would go on there and post my fan fiction. It's all gone. Like, this shit is all gone. And I don't even know. It's so funny because ultimately it ended up just being like a Discord. Like, we didn't talk about Twilight all the time. We would talk about things that I can't even remember. If you gun in my head, if you're like, Viper, name like a couple of things that you talked about on there, I couldn't even tell you. The only thing I know.
Oh shit!
A rat!
There's a rat! There's a motherfucking rat!
It was a subreddit before Reddit existed. Exactly. My sister was on Gaia a lot, but she was like, you can never go on these, so I didn't. I wish I had an older sister or an older brother to tell me not to do this, but it wasn't. Ultimately, I was safe and it was fine, but there was like, when I look back at it in retrospect, it was actually super fucked up. Okay, so TLDR, I had a crush on this guy named Nihilist or Nihilism. I had no idea what nihilism meant. And I remember I had to like Google it. I had to Google what nihilist or nihilism meant because I wanted to like impress this fucking person, by the way, who was like 22 years old. Okay? Like 22 years old. I'm not gonna get too into the nitty gritty. What? Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty or whatever of it, but but he was like 22. And I hated my username. I can't say what my username was because it was super scuffed and it has a lot to do with my real name. But I changed my username from that to I'm your impediment. And how I got here how I got here was because I wanted to sound smart. And so I was like trying to create a username that was like, I'm your problem, you know, like a kind of like edgy type shit. And I put in thesaurus.com and I put problems into the thesaurus and I full sent it. I full sent that shit. On I'm your impediment. To this day, I don't even know if I use impediment correctly. But that was like how I got into it. So because I was on this website, I got like really, really into the Twilight lore. And I'll pause there because that's like the first piece. This was the part that I was gonna like Wayback Machine. I'll show you what it looked like. It was ugly as fuck. We gotta pick a date. It was like 2009, or it was 2013. Why maybe Wayback Machine didn't exist then, because it got shut down in like 2014, I think. Let's see if I can find it. Girl, that was a grown man. I know. Isn't that scary? Called that shit because I've been there, trust. I'm your impediment, dude. I thought XX Viper XX would be embarrassing. Oh no, mine was much worse. I just noticed Auntie busted out the green screen. That's how you know shit's serious. I had to do it. For real, I read Allen Ginsberg like it was my job to impress a boy. Who is Allen Ginsberg? Also, how the fuck does Wayback Machine work? Sir? What kind of website is this? You might not be able to see it. This looks like there's the most captures. There's only 8. Maybe I can click on this. Girl, I don't know how to make this work. Hi, Diva. Twilight fanfiction. Did you have a Wattpad? Yeah, Diva, we're building our way up to actually reading fanfiction. Also, really quick, I know this is like horrible timing. I have to be right. I'm getting a message from my boss once again. Be right back. Oh my god, Viper, you're so cracked. You're actually crazy at this game. Viper, that's so crazy. Wow. I kind of moved on from that. Then they started being like, oh, we're also gonna, the corn's not included. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just order it on the side. I'll order these fuck-ass chicken tenders that aren't even the same as what I remembered from my entire childhood and developed an emotional connection to, that have like really harnessed like large power within me. It's okay, that's fine. And I'll pay more for the corn. And then, you know, I said, fuck that shit. And so now I'm a triple. Now I am a triple dipper girl.
Ready? Go!
I'm trying to jump the track. I'm trying so hard. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Let's go. Okay, here.
Fall out. Ready? Go!
Okay, one more time. Happy Monday, Retro. Happy Monday to you too. This is Smokey. This is my cat. He's fucking huge, but he's so lovely. What a precious baby. Are you gonna say hi? Paw? There you go. Let's go. You're not having it, are you? No. No. Okay, I put you down. He can say hi. He can say hi. Open. Ew. Okay. What am I doing? Girl, what am I doing? Whoa. Did you see the key on the table? No? Tabs? Tabs. You got in first place. No. Sorry. I'm spreading misinformation. No, you didn't. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Dude, like, not to gripe about work, but I have to collaborate with a lot of people. I can't, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. I love how we're still able to see her. We're all on the other side of a foggy window. I know, and it's like pitch black because of my green screen. Hi Ram, how are you? Old ass clip. Dude, some of them I look like a child in, which is so crazy. Literally the MacBook era. What the fuck? When did you play Super Monkey Ball? Midi, I was so excited about Super Monkey Ball. Like, I can't even tell you. I talked about the release of that game on stream for like a month. And it came out the day before my birthday. And so I played it on stream to celebrate my birthday. And it was shit from an ass. That game sucked. That game was so bad. It's the new one that came out on Switch. It was literally ass. The lighting was aggressive back then. Wait, what do you mean? It's because I was working with the MacBook camera. Smokey intro? Is that what just played? Sorry, I was like, I was tuning out. I was Super Monkey Ball's biggest fan until they dropped the ball. Fat ass cat. Okay, Matt's mate. He's on a weight loss journey. Leave him alone. I can't show you guys the site, but TLDR, the way I got into Twilight was because I I got onto this forum and I had a crush on this guy who was 22, which is crazy. I was like fucking 11, 10, 9, whatever. I wasn't 9, I was probably 10 or 11. And I remember one time he sent me a picture of himself on Imgur. How do you say that? And I was like, never mind. My crush dissipated into thin air. I be telling people I got a smoky and they can't handle it. That's crazy. No Doxgate 59, please. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but that should just actually make me so mad. And if they respond back, I'm clocked off. Like, I'm not responding back to anything. Hi, Auntie. Right. Hey, Adam. I just wanted to check in to see if you got the final signed agreement. Wanted to copy and paste a work sentence to make you feel better about what happened earlier. Today I was trying to I took a clip of MIDI and I was trying to copy and paste the clip of MIDI into her chat and I accidentally copied a whole ass work fucking paragraph that I sent to somebody instead. It was very embarrassing. This is a second stream in a row where I'm like, hey, my booking hours end at this time and I'm still getting fucking messages and texts and stuff like, this is urgent, and I'm gonna lose my shit. I should just put my shit on Do Not Disturb. Because first of all, what are you doing? Leave me alone. How's your day going so far? Ram, it's really good. I'm kind of trying to buy time before I get into the embarrassing stuff. And I also didn't make a slideshow, so my mind is all scattered. But we talked about the forum. Another thing was I was first Team Edward, and then I went to Team Jacob. And this is why it was so hard to find my fanfiction, which we'll get there in a second. As of now, we don't have an active IG. Oh, sorry. You're the best. I'll take it. The person signed off with "you're the best." I successfully diffused the situation. Deadlines are made up, I fear. Yeah, and so is time off, apparently. Like, what the fuck? What is this? Oh, acoustic version. That's not really my vibe. If a technician texts me after work about something, I'll answer because I appreciate them. But if it's my boss, I ignore it until the next business day. Don't text me after 4. See, the reason I respond to well, no, I guess I'd just be responding because on Wednesday it was my boss who texted me and I'm like, well, fuck. And today it was a collaborator. And so I didn't want them to feel like I don't want to ruin a relationship, you know? I got you on audio only in my Uber because I need to hear this. Okay, well, okay. Before we get into that, I got into a point in my life where y'all know fan cam? I was like one of the founding fathers of fan cams, except they were shit from an ass and they were really bad. And basically back in the day we didn't have the fan cam tech that we do. We didn't have the technology that exists. You couldn't fucking download CapCut and make some sick ass shit. And my most popular slideshow was for Jacob Black, and it got 1.3k views. It was posted 16 years ago on February 21st, 2009. The caption is a slideshow of Jacob Black or Taylor Lautner. You know we all love him, X3. It's my first video. Comment. I'll go ahead and send this to you. This is what the fucking... That's what the fucking copy of it is. I'm not going to show you, like, the username because I don't want you guys to find it. The comments are, oh my god, yum. He is gorgeous. Hell yeah. LOL, yes. I would, LOL. And it's 3 minutes and 27 seconds long, but this was my first claim to fame. Okay, 1.3k views for me as a 2009. I was like 10, 11. All right, let me pull this shit up. I'm gonna mute the music so you guys can watch it in all its glory. What do you think the song that I chose for this video is, by the way? Like, if you had to guess, what do you think the song that I used was? All right. I'm just trying to remove all the doxing information. I would die every day waiting for you. That's a good one, but I was a little bit like more I was a little bit I didn't go off the Twilight soundtrack. Evanescence, that's pretty good. I am literally stopping my studying just for this. Okay. If it's too loud, I don't know. I don't know. So this was my Jacob Black slideshow. I don't know. Did you guys ever use One True Media? Maybe not. Hi, Captain. All right, here it is. Can you even hear that? Is that too loud? Actually, let's pause that. 10 reasons to love Jacob Black. 10. He didn't leave. 9. He fights for the girl he loves. 8. He has a pulse. 7. He has a sense of humor. 6. He isn't a bloodsucker. 5. He isn't icy cold. 4. He is a good friend. 3. He doesn't give it up easily. 2. He runs around half naked all the time. And 1. He looks damn good without a shirt. T, thank you for the lurk. Okay. Jacob Black, because he didn't leave, because he fights for the girl he loves, because werewolves are hot. Once you... I have tears in my eyes. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. The fucking transition was so crazy. Guilty, you have not you have not missed the fanfiction react yet. This was just a video I made in 2009. I want to run that back. Elena. Okay. That was beautiful. The fact that none of these are fitting is crazy. That go hard on a shirt. What do you guys think? How did you enjoy it? So I used to make shit like that. I used to make shit like that in my free time, and I thought it was so cool. Dude, the transitions literally took me out. Add fan cam scenes to stream. Thank you, Polo. There was a war, dude. That's what I'm saying. When Justin Bieber came onto the scene, the Jonas Brothers and the Jacob Black people were like, well, fuck. We lost. What happened when Justin... Exactly! Do you think he's attractive today? No. I'm actually... Hello? Wait, I was your #1 fan, Taylor. Wait, do you want to see my Taylor, please, please, please. Do you want to see the thing that I made for you one year? I hope you love it. I can't. I actually can't do it. Now you're saying that as soon as Taylor is here. Taylor, are you the real Taylor? If so, welcome in. Welcome in. I was obsessed with you. If you're not the real Taylor, you're fucking sick for having that username. I'm so jealous of you. We can ignore this one. I was feeling a little shysty. Love that. The flames, I added those. I added that shit in there. So, look at my shirt! Okay, we can't watch this again. Yeah, I'm real. Look at my PFP. Right. Okay, we're done. We're done. Hi, Cam. Cam, how are you? Cam, it's good to see you. So I made a couple of these. I made like maybe 15 to 12 of these. They beat to different songs and shit. And then they were all for Jacob Black because at that point, thank you guys for the hype train. For at the point where I started with the Jacob Black stuff, I had gone from Team Edward to Team Jacob. So I had formally transitioned. I had made my transition. Taylor's literally here and you're not going to play it for them? That's crazy. Taylor, I'm so sorry. Right? Wait, yeah, can we get Robert Pattinson in here too? Robert, please! Robert, please! We're summoning right now. Thank you for the gifted sub to Robert Pattinson. I'm sure he loves twitch.tv. But yeah, Taylor, thank you so much. I was Team Jacob, by the way. Wait, Cam, really? Tried to give Once You Go Black, but they have gifting disabled. Right. There was a couple of them. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? Once You Go Black, You Never Go Back. The Jonas Brothers one, where you cross that out and put Jacob. This is loud as fuck. And then there was the other one as well, where it was, what was the other one? Oh, Because He Never Left. That's what they kept saying. Can we have a poll of team? Yes. But make it long? Got you. What team? Team Jacob. Team Edward. Alright, you guys, there's a poll up. This is a democracy. Oh, the flames too. You think I'm a backup blood-sucking motherfucker? You crazy. That's what I'm saying. Hi, Hannah, do you like my... I was saying that I was kind of like the inventor of fan cams. All of these TikTok girlies need to run me my check. I mean, they would never get where they were without this fucking material right here. Taylor, I loved you in Cheaper by the Dozen too. Holy fuck. You made this? Hannah, yeah, I did. In 2009. Inventor of fan cams is wild work. It's true. Dude, this song kind of bang though. Vip walked with the Taylor edit so I could run with the Nans edit. Literally. Vip, I made something for you. Oh god. Anyway, I wonder where is One True Media? One True Media video editor. The first result is the Wayback Machine. Okay, so she dead. She dead as hell. When did One True Media shut down? In April 2014, One True Media announced it would be shutting down. Oh my god, that's a relic, dude. This music video is a fucking relic. What about a third team for that one kid from the friend circle that was into her instead of the other girl that was into him? The third team. Oh, the blonde guy? Oh, Mario? The cancel symbol on the Jonas Brothers. And I was talking about, like, back in the day, there was, like, a big war on the internet because there was because people would be like, I love JB, but people were thinking, like, the Jonas Brothers, and then the team Jacob people were like, no, it's Jacob Black. And then Justin Bieber got famous, and both of those, we came together to be like, you can't take JB. JB was already taken. A little bit of internet history for y'all. We had to use One True Media to make videos for my 8th grade English class. Oh my god, she's a relic. She's actually a fucking relic. Anyway. Yeah. So, that was where I graduated. So, after I had my stint on the new Twilight Saga forum, I met all of these people. I got hyper obsessed with Twilight. Then I started making slideshows, the originator of the fan cam. And then I graduated to fan fiction. I graduated to fan fiction. I wrote maybe... So, fuck. Ads are starting. We're gonna let the ads run. I'm gonna GPG, and then we're gonna get into the fan fiction deadass. But I do have context. I have a lot of context here. The one thing being that I have never read any of this. I have read one chapter. 4 sentences of the first chapter. So I'm gonna be reading them with you. And I'm also gonna go chug this. Okay, so be right back, and then we do the fan fiction. That is not where I wanted to go, actually. Here you go. All right, be right back.
Fuck! Son of a binky bonky.
What the fuck are you saying to me? Ooh. Ooh, nice. You guys. No. 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 I appreciate that. Pizza. I don't know what the poll was, but I'm glad Pizza won. How's Elden Ring going? I see you're actually 340. It's going. Renola has now become my least favorite boss in this game. She's worse than Godric, she's worse than Leonine Misbegotten, she's worse than Margit. I hate her. Okay, please. She's a miserable... So he's gotta be good at something. Okay, I'm back. I'm so nervous, dude. And you're using the green screen. I am. I'm in Twilight. Actually, can you see? Girl, what the fuck? They're with me today. He can get wrecked. He's gone. Actually, she's gone too. These both suck. I couldn't find a Jacob one that I liked. Did you shift T for your name? I'm gonna cut it out, Mitty. I'm gonna cut out all of that, so I'm actually gonna set it up right now. I'm just not gonna dox myself. I do want to show you, I do really want to show you guys this bio, though. I don't think I have anything doxing on here. Let me check. I'm just running, my name through all of the pages of this. Okay, this one's good. This one's good. That one's good. Sorry if you guys keep hearing that. I'm trying to run my... How many chapters is this? I really don't think there's anything doxing on here at all. Yeah. Okay. How old were you in 2009, can you say? I was spreading so much misinformation. I've been telling everybody I was 10. Viper saying 9 if you need help. I was 10. I was 10 years old. Oh my god, I was not 10. Fuck off. Actually, fuck off. Here, maybe what I'll do is cut out my name. Yeah, there you go. Okay. She counted with fingers. Hey! That's a fucking... You got fingers for a reason. Viper say 9 if you need help with the mid-20s math. Right. I was 12. I was 12 years old. Okay, so... A little bit of context here. I lied. I was Team Jacob first. Okay, well, no. Let's go all the way back. Can we guys zoom in? No, you don't need to see it that close. Trust and believe. You do not need to see it that close. These are ancient texts, okay? So for the past 12 years, dead ass, I have been trying to find these, and I've used every username that I thought I had, like the I'm Your Impediment one. I thought maybe I picked a nihilism one because I had a crush on that guy on the Twilight Saga forum whose name was Nihilist whatever. I thought maybe it was one of my OGs. I tried everything, and it's been like, I even wrote to fanfiction.net, which is what these are on, asking them to, like, give me my, like, if, could I, like, get into my account somehow? I tried everything. And then, stop! No, stop, Kim. So then, 2 weeks ago, I used an email as a last resort, and it said that it sent a confirmation email resetting my password to that email. So I had finally found out what my email was. And I tried to log into that email, but it was deleted. It was like wiped off from the planet because it was an AIM account. It was an AIM or AOL account. I don't remember. And it got shut down like in 2014 or some shit. And I didn't have a backup for it or anything, so I couldn't log in. So I sat there and I like literally, I channeled old Viper with every single piece of being that I had, and I guessed my fucking password. I guessed my password. The chances of that happening are actually stupid fucking crazy. I don't want to enlarge, I'm scared. And so I guessed it. And the reason why I couldn't find, I even tried, so when I was trying to get into this account, I thought maybe if I can't log in, fanfiction doesn't delete accounts, so I thought maybe I could guess my name, my username, because you can sort by that. My username on here is Edward Cullen Lover. I was so fake, bitch. I was so fake. So I started as Team Edward and then graduated to Team Jacob. Which, cause like, look at my shirt. Okay, this is a Walmart relic from 2009. So I switched up. So I guess this fan fiction was like, I was playing both sides. Because it came out the same time that I released the Jacob Black slideshow. But I have one fan fiction about Bella and Edward and one about Jacob and Renesmee. I didn't realize that. When I say I haven't read any of this, I'm being so serious. So I was playing both sides. I was playing both sides. Because in February 18, 2009, I released the Jacob Renesmee one. But I released the Jacob Black slideshow. Oh my god, I switched from... What? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my psyche. In February, I started releasing the Jacob Black fan cams, and I wrote a fan fiction about Jacob and Renesmee. Fast forward to July 2009, and I'm making fan fiction about Bella and Edward. But my username is Edward Cullen Lover, and I created my account before I went live with the Jacob and Renesmee fan fiction. So I was really just playing both sides. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was fake as hell. I literally, if there's one thing about me, I stay consistent. I'm fake as fuck. It's going to be okay. All right, so this was my description. My description is hi there. I haven't written in this forever. I now hate my username. Oh, so I switched up again. I now hate my username, but I'm too lazy to change it, so it'll stay. Okay, thanks, bye. That's what that says, if you guys can't see it. Here, we'll make it a little bit bigger. And I'll go over here. Is that better? I haven't read any of this. If there is smut in here, we're going to fast forward. I really don't know. I don't know if I was capable of writing smut. Which one do we start with? Okay, there's two. There's one called Meeting You, written in July 14th, 2009. It has 3 chapters, but only 2,641 words. The description is, Bella finally goes to college. Being there, she meets 2 of her roomies, Tanya and Alice. When Bella and Edward realize their true feelings, what complicates their relationship? Wrong there, but okay. All human. The second one is Moonlight. This is after Breaking Dawn. The main characters are Jacob and Renesmee. It's about their relationship and their twists and turns along the way. Will they ever be a plain, happy couple? That one has 7 chapters and 4,999 words. Which one? Moonlight or Meeting You? I had to pop out the chat box, minimize all the mod docs, and full screen the webpage. I feel like this is good enough. You guys don't need to see it that bad. Type shit. Here, how about if I did this? There. That's as big as I'm making it. And rated M? Which one's rated M? Moonlight is smut. Maybe. Oh, I have 4 followers! Wait, that's pretty good. Let's go in release order. Okay, so that's Moonlight. The Birthday. Chapter 1. Jacob! I ran into his arms and he held them open for me. Hello, happy birthday, I groaned. I hated celebrating birthdays. Everybody said I got that from my mom. I laughed at the thought. Jacob took it as excitement. We got a present from you. Joy. As much as celebrating birthdays, I hated gifts even more. It was indescribable. I felt as if I had nothing to give them in return. We have to run there. Okay. I loved running with Jacob. I was still faster, but he was pretty dang close. It took us 2 minutes to reach our park. New record. As soon as we reached the park, there was a Ferrari. It was pink and black with black tinted glass, smooth, and for 2 people. It was slick. Although I hated present, my instincts told me to get up and give Jacob a hug. I love it. It's not for me, only. On top of the car, there were 2 poles carrying a sign that read, "Happy birthday, Nessie," from Dad, Mom, and Jacob. Do you want to ride it? Of course. We rode it back home. It turned a 2-minute running trip into 7 minutes, even with the power of a Ferrari. When we came home, Mom and Dad were waiting for me on the porch. I pulled up our driveway. They were fidgeting. Their love for each other made my heart sink. They were 2 puzzle pieces that fit together just right. So how do you like your car? Asked Dad. I love it. The it came out in a squeak. Oh, sorry. I love it! Good. I picked it out. I saw smug in his voice. I saw smug in his voice. I stood up to give Mom and Dad a hug. As soon as I pulled away from the hug, Alice came in. Ha, who's getting a new wardrobe today? My birthday went well so far. We practically all just drove the Ferrari around the whole day. That will be hard to drive to school. Well, it was time for my birthday dinner with my best friend Jacob. Dad didn't want to miss any one of my birthdays, and this one especially. This one, it was my last birthday, and then I was stuck at 18 forever. So he insisted he also came. So since my whole family was coming, we chose a restaurant that also included dancing. The Cullens could dance. Alice barged into my bedroom just then. Time to get dressed. Her voice was soft yet excited. I might not be able to see the future like you, but I so saw that one coming, I muttered. Yeah, well, that doesn't change anything into the bathroom time for hair and makeup. I groaned, but walked to the bathroom anyway. I didn't stand a chance with Alice. She straightened my hair and left some of my natural curls in and piled them on top of my head. She called it half and half. She did my makeup with the soft pink eyeshadow and blush and a ton of mascara. She picked a dress out of my new wardrobe and was pink and covered with sparkles. It went right to the middle thigh and pink heels. When Alice dressed me, I couldn't even recognize myself. It was amazing. My aunts wore floor-length dresses all in different colors. Alice, orange, Rosalie, pink, Mom, blue, Dad thought she looked best in blue, and Grandma, a gold. They looked dashing. I felt as if they were the beautiful flower and I was the mud that it was planted in. Dad gave me a look. He hated negative thoughts. The dancing was really fun and I had a great time. My last birthday, the thought made me has mixed emotions. Wow. And also one more thing made me confused. Jake couldn't take his eyes off me. I was so confused. I knew he imprinted on me, but why did I feel as if I didn't love him? Why did everybody in my family have love besides me? Did I have it? Was I missing something? With all these thoughts, I drifted into a deep sleep. And scene. We should really be playing MCR for this. Dude, that was fucking worse than I thought. Why couldn't I type? Thank God I'm the only one in the office today. I'm cackling. Uh-oh, someone got deleted. I saw smug in his voice. The Cullens could dance. Hi, Spiff. How are you, lovely? It's good to see you. The Cullens could dance. I love that you wanted the Cullens to know how to dance. Like, what the fuck? Lore accurate too is crazy. Did you see the details? Hi, Amy. I'm sad. What are your thoughts? Not the girls being piled on top of the head. I'm kicking my feet. Absolute cinema. Thank you. Are you guys ready for chapter 2? Chapter 2. Realization. I woke up around 10, which was really late for me. I stretched and yawned. I smelt pancakes. I liked blood better than food, but pancakes were my favorite. What the fuck is that sentence? I stretched and yawned. I smelt pancakes. I liked blood better than food, but pancakes were my favorite. I changed at inhuman speed and ran downstairs. Dad was making pancakes and Jake was sitting on the counter. I knew about the imprint, but I just didn't feel anything. And he was okay with that, as long as he was my best friend. But sometimes I saw sorrow in his eyes. Not today. He smiled his wolfish grin at me. Hey, Ness. Hey, I yawned. How you feeling, sleepyhead? Sleepy, I responded. He laughed and the laughter boomed off the walls and filled the rooms. Mom walked through the kitchen door and held Dad's hand and they smiled at each other. Mom and Dad's relationship was something else. They were complete opposites but fit just right. The phrase opposites attract came to mind. Okay, literary fucking genius. Holy shit. Okay. Their opposites attract. The phrase opposites attract came to mind. Their opposites attract. Dad looked at me and smiled, reading my thoughts all the time. I was noticing relationships a lot more nowadays. I walked to the computer I just signed onto Yahoo, and I heard a thump. I turned around and Rosalie and Emmett were on the wall playing. I groaned and turned around. My thoughts were going bizarre. Love, love, love. It was coming at me from all four corners. Dad walked by and raised an eyebrow at my thoughts, of course. Nessie? It's nothing, Dad. Go help Mom with whatever she's doing. He smiled and walked away and muttered something under his breath I caught. Ah, my beautiful wife. He probably just said that to pull my strings. I walked to the TV. I needed TV. Every channel was stuck on love. Was it Valentine's Day or something? I walked to go check the calendar. Ha! That was tomorrow. Perfect. Jacob walked in the door. Hey, Ness. Hey, Jake. Want to go to the mall? I need clothes. Sure. Away from all love. Score. What is there, a sale or something? I smiled. Jake never went shopping. Yeah, great prices too. It's for Valentine's Day. Perfect. Oh my God. What's wrong with me? At least it was away from the house. We came back from the mall. It was dreadful. Couples everywhere. Valentine's sales everywhere. When I came home, Carlisle was playing a song for Esme on the piano. Mom and Dad were in the room. Alice and Jasper were on the couch snuggled together, and Rosalie and Emmett were on the wall. Again. Valentine's Day made everything a lot worse. Dad, Emmett, Grandpa Carlisle, and Jasper got their lovers' necklaces in shapes of hearts that I said I love you on them. With all this, I decided to go hunting. It would take my mind off of all of this. When it came back home, there were flowers and a card for me on the table. It didn't say who it was from. All it said was from your secret admirer. I thought, who would send me flowers? With all the suspense, I just walked to my room. The whole week passed by this. All love all the time. When I was in my bed recovering from all this, I came across a thought, and realization struck. I, Renesmee Carlisle Cullen, was jealous because I didn't have love. We're setting up some exposition here. We're setting up some fucking exposition. Where there's the protagonist, well, like her thoughts are coming into question. The conflict at hand is presenting itself. This is bad. Sorry, I'm reading chapters and going back to see what y'all are saying. That's not bad for a 10-year-old. I was 12. I was 12 years old. Please let me add emotes. I know, I gotta set that shit up. He smiled his wolfish grin at me. Hi, Shelby. Dude, this is so bad, dude. Grins wolfishly. This is the good stuff? Thank you. What's that one phrase? Opposites attract? We are really getting lost in the passage of time right now. Bizarre. Your fanfic is way more official than mine. My chapter 1 is like 3 horny-ass paragraphs. I wish mine was horny-ass paragraphs. What am I doing? Just skipping right over mall time. They went to the mall, they came back. It was communicated. It always comes back to the mall. Respectfully, it's so funny watching you struggle over your own grammar. Dude, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to get, like, theatrical. Hi, Lorelai. Thank you guys for the dailies. Ordy, thank you for the 3-stream streak. Okay, chapter 3. Flashback. So after I found out I was jealous, I decided to go look for my secret admirer. The first name that came to mind was Jacob, but I knew he wasn't it because he knew that I didn't love him. Did I? I brushed that thought off quickly. I already tried to find out if I loved him and that didn't go so well. Flashback. I woke up, legs sore, hair messy, and head sweaty. I realized I fell asleep on Jacob during the movie we were watching last night. I looked up and he smiled at me, but it didn't reach his eyes. There was a burning emotion behind them. What's wrong? I questioned. I have to talk to you. Talk, I said, smiling. Well, you know about imprinting. Yes. Well, I feel I have to tell you this minor detail because it's been bugging me all night. Okay, I said, puzzled. Renesmee. Uh-oh, this was bad news. He never called me by my full name. Ever before I knew you... were born, I used to love your mom. My eyes bulged out of my head. I could feel 1,000 emotions on my face. Somber, confusion, surprisement. Surprisement. What? Your dad left your mom one time, and she was sad and didn't come out of her house, and she was... actually, she had no life. I was there to pick up the pieces, and I fell in love with her. Ness? He was stroking my tears off my cheeks. I had to get out of here, and I think I was freaking out. I got out of the couch, and he grabbed my arm. I slid out of his out of his grip and left the room. I sat on my bed and thought this true. This was too much. Was I the replacement because she got dad? Did he actually still love her? Did he love me? I couldn't be with him. Actually, the opposite. I couldn't be without him, so I chose to not stay angry at him. I loved him, but when I thought that, it made my heart ache, so I just said I loved him as a brother. There was a knock at my door. Ness, it's Dad. Go away. Ness, it's Mom. Go away. Ness, it's Jake. Bingo. That's who I needed to talk to. Come in. I heard a growl. My dad, probably. Jake came in and sat next to me at the edge of my bed. He stared at me. His stare said for me to talk first. Jake, I still love you. There was a huge grin on his face and his eyes glistened with delight. But as a brother, his expression was the same. Weird. I'll take any love you have for me. Good. That was easy. That's the love you get. I was happy he accepted it. Okay, girl boss. As a brother, can I take you to dinner? Yes, you may. Jake was my best friend and I did love him, just not like that. I got downstairs and Mom and Dad gave me a concerned look. Can Jake take me to dinner? That expression left their faces and relief washed over them. They both nodded eagerly. Cut to present. That was 4 months ago, and that is why I didn't think of how I loved Jake. So I didn't bring that topic up. But I had a mission. I had to find out who gave me the flowers in the card, and who my secret admirer was. And when I meet that person, you never know, he could be my true love. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. In surprisement, this feels like reading a diary. I'm so exposed right now. Bingo is fucking crazy. Elena, it was so lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for popping in. I need to go, but this has been a treat. Thank you. I just got here and I'm scared. Joker, we're almost halfway through the first fan fiction. This song is sending me. I know, the whole setting is really doing something. Not a single punctuation in sight. Just pure, unbridled lust. Okay, chapter 4. Hide plus seek. Not a single punctuation in sight. Okay. Jacob's POV. Why is it plus and not and? Leave me alone. Jacob's POV. Ah! Renesmee asked me to help her search for her lover. Her lover? Doesn't she love me? It's hard enough trying to maintain how I look at her and how I feel when me and her touch, but what made her determined to find this guy anyway? Ah! Renesmee's POV. Okay, very, very brief insight into how Jacob Black is feeling in this moment, and I don't think he likes it. I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and says that he is not vibing. Renesmee's POV. Today I decided to go to school. I had to find him. He would probably be there. I wore a pink tank with a D&G jacket on top. A present from Alice on my Dolce & Gabbana jacket. She had a Dolce & Gabbana jacket in her mind. A present from Alice on my birthday. I went downstairs to find Jacob. I needed him to help me find him. He was a guy he could get into his mind. I couldn't get Dad to do it because they couldn't go to school. 2 of their former classmates were there as teachers. I think it was Mike Newton and Jessica Newton. Oh my god! I'm inserting characters, you guys! Every time I heard Mom and Dad talk about them, they would crack up. But I had both those teachers, and they happened to be my only classes without Jake. Why the fuck is Jake still in school? Sorry, I'm now starting to tear the story apart. Why is this motherfucker in school? We drove to school in my Ferrari. It caused a lot of attention, but I didn't care, and also Jacob's Rabbit wasn't the best car, and he refused to give it up. The day went by, and I had no luck. I was walking to my first boring class with Mr. Mike Newton. While I was walking in, I dropped all of my books. Shoot, I'm such a klutz. The one thing I didn't want to inherit from my mom. Suddenly, all my books were stocked in a pile, and a guy was giving them to me. A cute guy, too. He smiled. His smile was dashing. I couldn't help to smile back. I took my books, he said. Hello, my name is Colin Varolf. Wow, his voice was brilliant, and what an interesting last name. Hello, my name is Renesmee Crenshaw. I was forced to change my last name because of the stinking mutants. Are you new here? Yeah, I am. I started to blush, also inherited trait from my mom. Would you like to sit next to me? Sure. The class was fun. We had to work with a partner. He was my partner, and it was a lot of fun. My thoughts were lost the whole time. At the end of the period, we compared classes, and we also had the other Newtons class together. That period went fun as well. The boring periods were now fun. At the end of the day, we were walking to the car. He made googly eyes at me for a while and flashed that dashing smile. I know this is soon, but would you like to go to dinner with me tomorrow? Not too soon. Definitely not too soon. I'd love to. Okay, I'll pick you up at 8. Okay, see you then. Bye. Bye. He smiled and walked away. This was going to make Alice flip. It would be time for me to be my Barbie doll. Wow, I had a date with Karin Verulf. I was smiling all the way home. How old is she in this? Just checking. She's about to turn 18. Mitty, pay attention. I love that you added his POV just in case the audience thought he was actually doing okay with being loved as a brother. I needed to. I've been told I write like Hemingway, very direct and to the point. Don't question genius, please. Exactly. I'm stuck on Verulf. There's a reason for that. When I read that shit, my mind actually unlocked something, and you guys are gonna freak out on why his last name is Verulf. Y'all just watch. I've never watched Twilight. Is that yeah, that's ref material, Amy. Those are 2 characters from the original book. How old is Jacob? Because he was in love with her mom. I mean, Jacob's pushing like 50, I think. Like, Hemingway is wild. Listen, I know my literary references. Okay, we only have 3 more chapters left. I don't think I ever finished this. Chapter 5, First Date. The day after. It was 4 hours till Colin came to pick me up. Alice barged in my room just then. Oh my god, Bella, we only have 4 hours to get you ready for your date. 4 hours? Is she kidding? She dragged me out of my room and into the bathroom. She straightened my hair and put one side of it into a pink barrette. She put pink eyeshadow on me and soothed blush into my cheekbones. She put me into a pink dress with stilettos. Alice, I went downstairs and Dad was at the bottom of the stairs. We need to talk. Okay. This is your first date with a human. Be careful, and I'm going to interview this guy when he comes inside, he whispered. I have a bad feeling about this kid. Dad, I like him, and you're not going to interview him. Oh, yes, I am, young lady. Mom, she put her arm on Dad and said, give her a break. Did Carlisle do this to you when we went on our first date? No, he mumbled. Then you got your answer. He trudged down the hallway, and Mom looked at me and winked. Just then, the doorbell rang. I opened the door and Colin was standing right there. He was wearing a sweatshirt and a pair of jeans. He wouldn't stop looking at me. I thought we were going to the movies. I put my head back and I put my head back and started to laugh while I walked out the door. I said, my Aunt Alice got it to me. Oh, well, it's okay. It looks good on you. I blushed. Thanks, you look good too. He looked down at himself and raised an eyebrow. I just laughed again. When we got to the movies, he bought 2 tickets to a comedy. He went to go get popcorn and told me to go find seats. He came in with popcorn. I didn't really like popcorn when I went to the movies with Jake. I just got practice eating it. The movie was very funny. At the end, he whispered in my ear, do you want to go to the beach? I loved the beach. Yeah, that would be nice. We drove to the beach. There were little posts with colorful lights dangling from them. They reflected on the water. It was beautiful. It's beautiful. It is, isn't it? We were walking on the side of the beach. He reached his hand out and I took it. It was warm and reminded me of another touch. Another touch? You look beautiful. Thanks. We talked about school, family, and everything that came to mind. I really liked Colin. We spent about an hour on the beach and my phone rang. It was a text message from my dad. It read, where are you? Are you okay? When are you coming home? Nessie, is he treating you well? Nessie! Gosh, my dad was so overprotective. Colin, my dad's worrying. Can you take me home, please? Sure. We drove home and he was driving and looking at me from the corner of his eye. I kept blushing. I could have been mistaken for a clown. When we got home, he walked me to the porch. I hope we can do this again. Me too. Good. See you at school. Yeah, at school. He kissed me on the cheek. His lips were soft. I blushed. He could feel the heat and pulled away. Good night, Renesmee. Good night. I walked in the door and was smiling. My whole family was standing there. Alice, Rosalie, Esme, and my mom had excited looks on their faces. And the guys, not so exciting. Hello. I was shot down with a million questions. Dad stood there and listened to my thoughts. He gave me an approving look. He nodded his head and all the guys walked out of the room. I told my aunts, grandma, and mom about my day. They were drowned in interest. Later that day, I was in bed and I was in love with Karn Verulf. And couldn't wait to go to school to see him again. So, damn, she's in love. She's in love. Oh my god. I'm gonna be so upset at the cliffhanger. How many subs for you to complete the fanfic? To write the ending, that's so fucking crazy. I can picture all this perfectly. Oh my god, is it translating? Yup, touch? The touch felt familiar? Yo! I hate it when they can feel the heat. Right. I wish it actually felt like this on dates. No, for real. Does everyone live together or something? Yeah, I think the entire Cullen family lives in that house, is what I'm getting at. Hi, Cowbo. How are you? It's so good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. Okay, chapter 6. Found a love. I need to hit some water. Cowbo, we're reading fan fiction that I wrote in 2009. Okay. I went back to school the next day and it was fun seeing Colin. It kind of made my heart leap. Jacob was avoiding me every time Colin came to the house. He and Dad had a funny feeling about him. I didn't care. I was actually happy and that didn't happen to me much. Oh. So I ignored Jacob. I felt bad for him and wanted to talk to him, but I just let it go. Me and Colin had a lot in common. We both liked the same movies, we were both klutzes, and we both hated sports. When I told my family this, Emmett came to the conclusion that he was gay, but I just ignored it. What? Colin's cam over that night and we were studying when he was leaving. We moved into kissing each other on the lips, but today he pushed it one step. What the fuck? Wait. Okay. We good. We both like the same, blah, blah, blah. Colin came over that last night and we were studying when he was leaving. We moved on to kissing each other on the lips, but today he pushed it one step further. When we were in the doorway, he told me he loved me. I heard a hiss from my dad, but it was too quiet for human ears. He gave me a kiss more passionately than ever before and invited me to a camping trip. I said I'll have to check with my dad and he left. When I came in, my dad said, "You're not going to that camping trip." And why not? I told you, I have a bad feeling about this guy. Jacob walked in and said, "Me too, there's something up with him, and I'm going to find out." I wasn't even talking to Jacob. I didn't need his opinion. Jake, who cares what you say? Jacob was so aggravating sometimes. But then I looked at his face and I realized I had really hurt him. He went through the back door. I ran after him. Jake, wait! He turned into a wolf and ran away. I cussed under my breath. I walked back in my house and we began our conversation where we left off. "Anyway, you're not going," he muttered. "Dad, why not?" I was getting angry. No, pissed, actually. "You went out with Mom and I have super self-control." "Yes, I did, and I was 110. You're only 18, and this isn't about self-control." Self-admittance. He was a freak. "Please, Dad, please." I started to bat my eyelashes, and I gave him the Nessie look. "Dad, please. Don't do that to me," I continued. He backed out. "Fine, but you're not staying the night." "Okay, thanks, Dad." I gave him a peck on the cheek and skipped to my room now. All I had to do was sort things out with Jacob. Jake was really taking things far. He really truly believed that something was wrong with him. I thought he was crazy. Colin Verulf was totally nice and I loved him. The next day at school, Colin asked if I could go and I said yes and he was really excited. I sat next to him at lunch like every day instead of my family. I could feel all their eyes at my back, but I just ignored them. "Ness?" Colin said. "Yeah. Did you feel awkward when I told you I love you?" "No, not at all." Good, because I do truly love you. As I love you. I blushed for 2 reasons. He was giving me his dashing smile, and also I just said what my dad said, and that was just plain humiliating. As I love you. Did I quote the book or something? At lunch, I never ate much, and everybody would stare at me, but Colin nearly ate as much as Jake did. Sorry, I'm losing it. Jacob, I banned myself for thinking his name, and he was kind of big. I think he could take down Emmett. I heard Dad say, yeah, right. And how would you know? Emmett and your stinking Colin Verulve? Dad be nice, and since when do you- What am I reading? Dad be nice, and since when do you take Emmett's side? Since he wasn't dating someone I couldn't approve of, I snorted. Colin looked at me. Okay, this has got to be some of the worst writing that we've experienced thus far. Are you all right? Pixel perfect. He smiled and went back into his conversations. Me and Dad just had a private discussion. He was talking so low that only vampires could hear, and I was in his mind. I usually drove home with Colin, but today he said he had to go to some family things, so I just went to my family and rode home with him. Look who's riding with us. The guy who could supposedly beat me up to dump you. I heard Rosalie punch him. I've lost the plot. No, Emmett, the guy who could beat you up is with his family because he is loving. He smirked at me and walked away. Family was so annoying. I was packing for my camping trip and Alex picked my clothes. She was utterly incoherent. Girl, I'm utterly incoherent. Pixel perfect. The doorbell rang just then. It was Colin. Okay, we're gonna take a pause here before we get into Jacob's POV. I feel like someone followed me and I felt like I had to get out a story. Like, that's what's happening here. Like, I feel like I got my first follower on this, like, fanfiction. I'm like, holy fuck, I have to get out another chapter. And I wrote trash. I wrote, Coochie! Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Welcome in, Coochie. Jacob's POV. Renesmee was changing. She wasn't mine anymore. She was Colin's. And something was wrong with him. I felt it under my skin. I just couldn't put my finger to where when I saw him, it was like he was automatically my rival. I hated his guts. When Ness said that to me, I couldn't take it. I ran back home and I needed help. I went back home to Seth for help on what this Colin guy was. I would find out. Seth also loved Ness, so he would help. I rang their doorbell. Leah answered. Crap. Do you need something? She spat. For me being your alpha, I think I would get a little bit more respect. She hated when I used alpha talk on her, so she smiled and let me in. Where's Seth? In his bedroom. I walked past her and she blocked me. Why? We want to discuss if your mom dropped you on your head when you were younger or if your stupidity is just naturally. I couldn't hate that! I couldn't hate that and I fucked up the naturally! I smiled a cruel smile. She snorted. Whatever, I went to Seth's room. Seth, Ness is in trouble. I was in for some talking, I knew it. Oh no, what happened? She hurt? No, she's dating this new guy. He gave me an, aw, Jake, don't feel jealous look. No, I'm not jealous, it's just that I have a bad feeling about this guy. What's the fool's name? He had his hands in fists. Colin Verulve. Jake, this is really bad. He is... ... She hurt. Thank you for the warm welcome to the community. You're welcome, Coochie. Colin Valve, the one and only. Dude, alpha talk is so fucking crazy. Hi, Flounder. Not the fanfic. No, deadass. Hi, Megan. Megan, things have been going very bad. I thought I would have a little bit more substance, and it's just shit. Like, I really was hoping, and on one hand, I was hoping I kind of ate, but this is ass. Foo is insane. I don't know. Wilch. It was 2009. I will see you in a different light after this. Okay. Aman, welcome in. This is the final chapter, you guys. Can you read? Absolutely not, Wilch. Hi, Shika. Welcome in. How are you? It's good to see you. What's the food? It's so bad. It's so bad. I wish authors could experience reading this. They'd set themselves on fire. Yeah, because they could never live up. Okay, this is the last chapter of this one, you guys. Camping. Renesmee's POV. Plessy Supreme, welcome in. The doorbell rang and I ran to the door, not wanting Alice to see what I was wearing. I opened the door. Colin was just as relaxed as I was. We walked to his car. Wait, also, sorry, before we continue, did you guys see that cliffhanger? Colin Verruve. Jake, this is really bad. He is... ... Where's the sex stuff? Mitty, I was like 11. I probably wrote that in my diary, not on fanfiction.net. Viper, this is literature. Thank you. Okay. Renesmee's POV, camping. The doorbell rang and I ran to the door, not wanting Alice to see what I was wearing. I opened the door. Colin was just as relaxed as I was. We walked to his car. Not the best car in the world, but I didn't care. She drives a Ferrari. I was with Colin, and that was all that mattered. We drove to the most beautiful place you would ever see. There were trees and bushes with flowers on them. And then there was the ocean we walked on our first date. When the fuck did they go to... Oh, yeah, okay. You could hear the waves smashing against each other. There was a mini fire on the sand and 9 other kids. Those are all my brothers and sisters, he said, pointing to the 9 kids. All 9 of them? Yeah, big family, right? We walked over and he introduced me to everyone. He went left to right. Todd, Brad, Tyler, George, and then there were 5 girls. Brittany, Sarah, Farah, Itina, and Susie. They were all big. Maybe it came from the genes of their family. I sat down next to Colin and he passed me a marshmallow and ice stick. I took it, although I don't like human food much. I did like marshmallows. I put my marshmallow and it fell off the stick and into the fire. Oops. Everybody started laughing and Colin fed me his. Everybody started chanting, but Colin told them to shut up. We told scary stories and ate hot dogs. Ew. But I decided to put up with it and just ate it slowly. The family went through 3 each once I finished 3/4 of one. It was embarrassing. We told more scary stories. Then Colin asked, Do you want to take a walk on the beach with me? Sure, I said, smile. That is the first time I have put a period in a quotation mark. Good job. Sure, I said, smiling. He took my hand and we walked to the beach, just walking on the steps. Isn't the moon beautiful? In 1 week, it turns into a full moon. It is beautiful. Suddenly, Colin was on the floor, screaming. Jake was on top of him in wolf form. Oh my god. I was panicking. Jake, get off him. What are you doing? Then Seth and Leah came to help. What are you guys doing to him? Get off. I was screaming. Then my dad came with Emmett and Jasper. They started pulling me away. I started screaming and pushing against their chest. Finally, somehow Colin got away from under them and he blew me a kiss. He was laughing, a really hard, ugly laugh, and said, I will be back. You will be mine. I was in total confusion and I fell into a deep unconsciousness. Damn. Jacob's POV. Seth, what is he? You are such an idiot, Jake. Repeat his last name. I repeated it. Verruve. Oh. No, he couldn't be that. He just couldn't. Ness couldn't get into trouble. I was choking. Is he what I think he is? Duh, Jake. We were warned about those. We were told stories about them at our campfires. He paused. Jake Verruve was real werewolves. Verruve is werewolf in Norwegian. Sorry. Jake Verruve, they're real werewolves. Verruve is... Jake Verruve, they're real werewolves. Verruve is werewolf in Norwegian! You guys, I remember, I literally have a memory of me on my home computer typing in different words for werewolf and then picking one and making it his last name because I wanted the plot twist to be that he was an evil werewolf. Like, I had thoughts! Sound it out. Now sound it out. Audiobook, gotta do numbers off this. The fuck off. Okay, next. There's a week until the full moon, she was thinking. When is the next time she is going to see him? Oh no, that was today, the campfire. Today, they're going camping. We gotta go. We ran to the Cullens. I changed into human form and walked into their house. Mind reader. He popped up in front of me. Did you find out what was wrong with that dud? There was hope in his eyes, and I knew it would soon disappear. Cullen. He is a werewolf in the Norwegian ones. He wants Nessa's love, and he wants to turn her into his mate or slave. Edward was staring at me, eyes wide. But that's in the full moon. He's the bad guy. That's why Alice couldn't see. How many days till the full moon? A week. We have to get her. He paused. I'll go get Emmett and Jasper. We need power. We got to the beach. They were walking on the ocean. How I wished I could be him. He was pointing to the moon, that mutt. We get Colin, you get Ness. And we ran. That's all she wrote. I think I hit a wall after that. Yo, I kind of ate. Did she eat her no cap? You're reading it like a Disney movie. I don't want this to be over. No, this is the ending. I only have one more and there's only 2 chapters. It's called Meeting You. The way that you invented the song Walk on the Ocean. Hi, fam. I will say this right now. Your story is not nearly as bad as mine. Dude, I had shit going. The Norwegian line, you know. There's a couple of things in there. How do I progress this plot with Norwegians? Chapter 3 goal when? Okay. What did we think? That was the first one. So that one was February 27, 2009. I took a hiatus and I came back in July with Meeting You, which the description for this one is Bella finally goes to college. Being there, she meets 2 of her roomies, Tanya and Alice. When Bella and Edward realize their true feelings, what complicates their relationship, all human. This has 3 chapters. What is this poll? Would you give subs for Bip to complete the fanfic? Dude, fucking imagine. How old were you when you wrote this masterpiece? I was like 11, 12. 2009? Yeah. Wait a minute, what are the reviews? I have reviews? Oh, one of them's me. This is so good. Or should I say, O.M. Javcob. By the way, this is just a test to see if I can check comments, hee. Vampire Gal 42. I think this story is very interesting and different than others that I have read. Keep writing and I will keep reading. And then Emily said, really, really good. Write more. Oh my god. This was an adult. Because why'd they type like that? Because that was an adult. Chapter 4, Australian Wolves. The lover is really the cherry on top. Did you see... Okay, were any of you guys, like, seen? By the way, this is just a test to see if I can check the comments. I just wanted there to say that there was one review, is what was happening. Vampire Gallus 42. No, like, literally. Keep writing and I'll keep reading. Oh, I bet she was sad when I stopped. Fem, look at this. Hi there. I haven't written in this forever. I now hate my username, but I'm too lazy to change it, so it'll stay. Okay, thanks, bye. And this, as my profile picture, do you guys know who the fuck that is? He was like a scene icon back in the day. Alex something. Alex Evans, maybe? Did I get any reviews on this one? I got more reviews on this one. Colin Lover. LOL, this is funny. Update soon. Twilight Girl. Great story. Keep writing. Oh, Colin Lover. Again. Haha, this is funny. This is why everyone loves Alice, though. It's hard not to. Please update soon. Colin Lover 12, aka Jasper Lover. Smile from the heart. That was pretty cool. I love the college ones for some reason. Lovergirl.ns. Haha, that was funny. Up to the date? Colin Lover 12. LOL, this is a funny. Update soon. Damn, my second one's probably better. Should be Ollie Sykes, but whatever. I was Oliver Sykes, dude. I fucking loved him. Okay. Are you guys ready for the next one? This one's called Meeting You. Chapter 1. Oh my god, I learned punctuation! This was a matter of, what, February to July. And look at the difference. Look at the difference here to this. Comma, period. Comma, period, capitalization, paragraphs. I locked it in. I locked it in. I said, fuck this. We are gonna focus now. We're getting better. You ready? Colin Lover's probably the first internet bot. Yeah, me. Middle school changed me. This was a matter. I probably graduated or I read it or something. I don't know what happened. Love to support a budding author. Me when I play Final Sentence. I found the keys. Those 2 reviews really motivated you on Moonlight? No, literally. And I was like, you know what? Fuck Moonlight. She was a baby back then. I'm coming back 6 months later, and I'm gonna fucking type like I mean it. Okay, I have no idea what this one's about. Meeting you, Chapter 1, Flying the Coop. Bella's POV. I was ready. My feelings didn't show their true meaning. I would decipher one feeling, and then another one would make its way through. I couldn't handle it, though, because deep down, very deep down, may I add, I was ready. Positively, absolutely ready. I could do this, no problem. My dad pulled me into a hug. A comma. I'm going to miss you so much, you can't even imagine. Here. He pulled out a check written for $3,000. Wow. Okay. Dad, you don't need to, really. I'm going to get a job there, and really, I don't need that. Take it, Bells. I'm your dad. That's what I do. He smiled at me, his eyes glistening with sadness. But you, oh, sorry, by the way, whose POV is this? Bella. We're Bella in this. I'm your dad, that's what I do. He smiled at me, his eyes glistening with sadness. But you could also see he was proud of me. If I could say so myself, I was also quite proud of me. Not everybody got a full scholarship. We exchanged our goodbyes. I took the check. He wouldn't decline, and then I boarded the plane. The plane ride was horrible. I couldn't settle in, and I fidgeted with my belt and pillow constantly. I was exhausted. Once I arrived to the dorm room, I saw that my roommate had already been here. I looked around. This was a 3-bedroom dorm? Perfect. The antisocial person that I was, this was my first challenge. Both bedrooms had already been set and ready. So I saw a third door closed. Must be my dorm. I opened the door and walked in. There was a strawberry blonde, pretty from what I could see, sitting on the counter. She had her hands tangled in the hair of a guy who was standing up. They were sharing a passionate kiss, moaning, touching, the whole deal. Oh, hell, I muttered and quickly backed up, but they had already noticed my presence. Come back here, the girl ordered, not in a mean way exactly, but it was in fact an order. I put down my bag and came back into the bathroom. Bathroom, not bedroom. I sighed at my choice. Leave it up to me to get the bad timing. The strawberry blonde was fixing her skirt and combing through her hair with her fingers. I could feel the scorching heat in my cheeks. I must have been more red than Rudolph's nose. Okay. You must be my other roommate. My name is Tanya, and this is Edward. She pointed to the guy next to her. He looked annoyed. Tanya gently nudged his shoulder and he looked my way. Hi, I'm Edward. His voice was flat and hard. Sorry if he's a bit rude. He just isn't the one to have manners. She rolled her eyes and smiled at me. She seemed like a very nice girl. Edward's eyes bore into mine. His eyes read, please leave, in the nicest way possible. Well, I'm gonna get going. Start to decorate my room. I smiled at the both of them. Nice meeting you. I looked at Tanya, then back at Edward. Both. I excited the room and saw- Oh, well, what? What the fuck? Sorry. What? Oh my god. Jump scare. Oh my god. What the fuck? Where'd my shit go? Da-da-da, da-da-da. I'm gonna get going, start to decorate my room. Nice meeting you both. I exited the room and sighed. Wonderful introduction. I opened my suitcase and started from the top. I pulled out my clothes and started to pull them in the closet. I put up another shirt. Oh god, no! A pixie-like figure took out the shirt and threw it on the bed. She had a pixie haircut, very petite, and was very beautiful, just like Tanya. Hi, I'm Alice, your other roomie. Tanya told me you met her. Wonderful, isn't she? Oh yeah, and that guy she was kissing, Edward, her boyfriend, is my brother. Small world, huh? We've known each other for ages. She continued to babble about self-meaningless things to me, but I listened anyway, hoping I would get on her good side as well. Very hyper she was. What the fuck? Very hyper she was. She bounced while she talked and smiled a lot. A smile appeared on my face too. She made you feel happy. I loved her atmosphere. I had a feeling we would be great friends. While she was packing, I picked back the shirt she took out my wardrobe and began to hang it up again. What are you doing? I hesitated. Hanging back up my shirt? She stared at me in mock horror. You're really going to wear that? I looked at the shirt. I thought it was nice. Charlie got it for me for Valentine's Day. Dude, I was obsessed with Valentine's Day. It was pink and had little strawberries on it. What's wrong? I asked, a little offended. Where do I begin? Well, it doesn't matter. By the end of this year, your style is going to increase and be over the top. We're going to be such great friends. I smiled at her and hung back up my shirt. She didn't leave, but continued to help me hang up clothes and put together my bed. She put up my pictures and mirrors. Once we were done, I gave the room a look over. It was actually really nice. I grinned at the success. Okay, Yoda. Oh, double okay, Yoda. Nice. Jacob jump scare. Yo, this one is so much more mature. I really popped off in 6 months. That was such a child sentence, like your concept of really red is Rudolph's nose. No, like literally. I thought this top was cute. It was pink and had little strawberries on it. It was a pink top with little strawberries on it that my dad got me for Valentine's Day. What the hell? I'm in college. Doesn't everybody wear that? I grinned at the success. The way I spell blonde too is awesome. I just don't put the E on it. Is this a safe space to admit that I still read Twilight fanfic? Fam! You, like, current day, present day, you read it? Can a mod quote? Oh my god, I learned punctuation. Alright, next chapter. Mission success. Fuck. I woke up. The bed was quite comfortable, really. The only thing not comfortable about the storm was the noises. I could hear Alice listening to her pop music. My lips like sugar, this candy got you sprung, so call me your sugar, you love me so, you love you some. Okay, you guys know that song? I don't know why I felt the need to put that in there. It's the screenshot. Oh my god, bro, I needed to hit a character limit, and I'm like, let me just type the fucking lyrics to the song out. Do y'all remember that? Was it this? No. There's this. Right? Was it this? Yeah, it is this, it is this. No? What the fuck is the song? What was the song? Sugar by oh, it was this. It was this. It was this. That's apparently that was on the Roto. Here, we'll keep it on for the meantime, because maybe I wrote this to it. Maybe I had this playing in the background. Okay, my lips like blah, blah, blah. I covered my face with my pillow. But I hadn't told the worst of noises yet. On the other side of the wall was Tanya, moaning and giggling like a little schoolgirl. No, Edward, she cried in protest. You make breakfast today. I couldn't hear his response. Tanya then called out, pancakes with lots of whipped cream and coffee. 2 sugars. Her door slammed. I sighed. This was going to be my life for the rest of the year. I didn't know what to do. I had to steer clear of the kitchen. Edward was not my greatest fan. Alice was probably changing. After supposed decades of thinking, I went to Alice. I walked into her room. Hey, Alice. She looked my way and scanned me over. That's not what you're wearing today, is it? I was wearing boy shorts and a tank. No, these are my pajamas. Thank God. Hey, Bella. I smiled at her thoughtfulness. It was there in the oddest way, but it was still there. I walked up to her dresser and looked at all her cosmetics. Lots of makeup, I see. I like to do. Second favorite thing, actually. She walked up to me. Hey, Bella, do you think I could do your hair, makeup, and maybe pick your outfit today? Just to, experiment on my new roomie? I really thought about it. I did have 2 job interviews today, and I had to apply for more. Viper did not know what the job economy would become. I turned towards her. Actually, Alice, that'd be really nice. A slow grin appeared on her face. Okay, go get showered up, please. I obeyed, leaving the room, then turned around. Alice? Can I or we eat something first? I'm famished. My stomach rumbled. Yeah, sure, no thing. She walked out the room with me and we went to the kitchen. Who stocked up? I asked her. The kitchen was full of food. Pastries, fruit, chips, drinks. Oh, me and Tanya did a little shopping yesterday. I felt bad, leaving no contribution. I'll help next time, I offered, but it sounded more of a statement. She smiled at me and then took out cereal and milk. Rice Krispies? Snap, crackle... Snap, crackle, pop! Where am I? I smiled and nodded at her choice. When she had poured both of our cereals, we began to eat. We were eating in silence, and I hated to eat in silence, so I broke it. So, Edward come here a lot? I questioned, eating another spoon of cereal. I suppose. Why? Noises drive me crazy. She looked at me puzzled, then instantly understood. Sorry about that. She rolled her eyes at her brother's rude behavior to shut up when somebody was trying to sleep. I always thought this place had bad insulation. Huh? Do you think they can hear us? I whispered mischievously. She giggled. Who cares? We smiled at each other, nerdy, and went back to eating cereal. Once we were done, I offered to wash the dishes. She declined, saying that I had to get in the shower. We all shared one bathroom. Woot! So I took a bathrobe with me and a towel for my hair. The shower felt good on my skin, smoothing it out and massaging it. The shower was brilliant. I got out and rubbed body lotion all over my skin. Once I was done, I put on my bathrobe and wrapped the towel around my hair. I opened the door and walked out, not watching where I was going, resulting for me to collide right into Edward. Damn it! I muttered and walked away really quickly, not making any eye contact. When I walked into Alice's room, she had an outfit on her bed with matching shoes. It was a black skirt with a yellow top. The sleeves were flared and the neck cut in deep to reveal just a little bit of cleavage. Businessy, I commented at her choice. Thank you, she smiled and walked over to the counter I was sitting at. She turned a blow dryer on and began to blow dry my hair. When she was done, she restricted for me to open my eyes, so I didn't. She then began to do my makeup. From what I could tell, she put on blush, eyeshadow, and mascara. Turning me around from the direction of the mirror, she told me to change. When I was done, she smiled at her success. She turned a full mirror towards me and I was shocked. Wow. My brown curly hair was still curly but subtle and bounced right off my shoulders. My bangs swept to the side of my face, giving it angle. I was wearing a wonderful outfit that brought out every one of my curves. The heels she put me in were hidden but made me look taller and more mature. I was a very small person. My skirt was at a perfect length, just above the knee, but hiding my thighs. Alice, you're brilliant! Thanks, I know. She smiled. With her bouncy attitude, I figured a hug was intended, so I gave her a hug. Thank you, I said one last time. I looked at my watch. Uh-oh, I was going to be late. Alice, I have to go. My first interview was in like 10 minutes. I was beginning to hyperventilate. I had to catch a bus. I'll drive you, she offered. I looked at her. Alice, you've already done so much. She looked at me and smiled, encouraging me. Fine, I agreed. We ran out the door and in her car. Whoa. Her car was yellow, by the looks of it a Porsche. What I had at home was a ratty old truck. She unlocked the doors and got in. I followed. Nice car, was the only thing I managed to cough up. She smiled at me and then turned on a JPS. Where to? E's bookstore. She looked at me and burst into laughter. I swore I saw a tear streak down her face. She was laughing that hard. What happened? Alice? You got the job! I looked at her like she was crazy. How? Her laughter slowed down a little bit. Just a little bit. That's my brother's bookstore. I'll talk to him, and you can actually start work today. Busiest day, and we have nobody. She rang up Edward, and he agreed, telling me to go in today. Does he know it's me, Bella? She looked at me. No. Oh, hell. I hated him, and know I was going to have to work for him. He hated me. I'd be fired within the day. I had to suck it up, though. Drive me there? I asked. She looked at me and smiled. Sure, no thing. Skipped the entire mall scene, but we get a play-by-play on how to dry your hair. Yeah, a lot changed in 5 months. I started to do the details. She's so neurodivergent. She's so neurodivergent. 10, 12-year-old, you really wanted a makeover from Alice? No, like, deadass. You look so businessy. JPS. Dude, JPS is so crazy. You need to stop reading and put these behind a paywall. I only got one chapter left. This is the final one. Damn, a Nepo hire. Dude, it's forced proximity. She's gonna meet him at the bookstore. They're gonna work together. He's gonna dump what's-her-face, Tanya, and they're gonna get together. It's a slow burn, proximity, fucking human Edward and Bella love story reimagined. I can't lie, I'm lost. Who's Bella again? Bella's the main character from Twilight. She's this one. Right there. Where is she? That's Bella. That's Edward. So this is about these two, except I made them human and in college. And they fall in love correctly. Okay, final chapter, you guys. Sorry for the late update. Hope you guys still read this. Thank you. Very small chapter, but I'll update more soon now. Every other 2 days. So the chapters will be reasonably small, but the updates will be sooner. Bella's POV. Okay. This is a completely different story. Once we drove to the bookstore, I got out the car and walked towards the store, not waiting for Alice. She didn't get out, but she just said bye and pulled out the parking lot. The door was open, so I walked in. Little chimes went off attached to the door, used so people who worked at the store would hear and actually look alive. I smirked, old-fashioned. I looked around, the theme continuing. The shelves were wood and smelt new. Or that was just the odor of the store. The countertops were all glass holding treasures. I looked closely. Okay, so not treasure, but bookmarks and expensive books. Hello there. I turned around to see Edward standing in the doorway to the office. Oh, it's you. His voice went flat and he gave me a once-over. I could have sworn I saw a smile curve on his lips for just half a second, but then I thought, never mind. The peeking Tom, is it? I opened up my mouth to explain. No, I was new. I didn't know anything about the room, and he cut off my explanation and continued to talk. Arrogant much? I was only joking. Anyway, today is one of the busiest days here, and I honestly can't keep up with the slacker employees I have now. Yep, I know. Your kind sister Alice told me. He ignored my remark and continued to talk. What I want you to do is work the cash register. Quite simple, like a calculator. And I presume you know the numbers 1 through 9? He didn't let me answer and gave me a quick tour of his bookstore and gave me my hours. They were reasonable. He walked into his office and I flipped the sign to open. I was ready. I put on my new name tag he had made for me on and straightened down my skirt. Okay, now I felt awkward. There was a book on the counter, so I opened up to read it. I flipped through its few pages when the chimes rang their sound. I looked up and saw the strawberry blonde. Eek! I looked down. She smiled at me. Hey, Edward here? I smiled back. Yes, he's back in the office. I pointed to the office and knocked on the door for him. Tanya's here. Thanks. She walked in. I continued to flip through the pages. 1 day of work later. As soon as Tanya had came, customer kept coming and coming. I was exhausted. I flipped the sign to close and tidied up the mess they had made. It was so messy it resembled a bookstore after a hurricane hit. Everything was in the wrong place. I sighed and started to clean up. Edward came out of his office and looked around. Damn! I looked at him, thinking he were to help, but he just walked back in the office. Ass. And that's all she wrote. Ass is so Martin coded. Yo, some of these sentences really behave like Martin. Well, that's all I got, deadass. Team Jacob forever. I don't know what I was saying in that second story. Coming, and they came, and then the bookstore was a mess, and he walked inside. What did I like in this one? Nothing. I think the first one was better. Martin's Ghost Whispers. Viper, you get this far. I believe you have it in you to finish this. Just trust in this. Facts. Who won the poll? Wait, what was the poll? Martin says you gotta finish the series, Queen. Maybe I'll set it as a sub incentive one day. Okay, you guys, I think that's it. Does anyone have any comments? Anything you'd like to say to me? Did you love it? Where's Decode? I have to get ready to leave here in a second. No notes, it was perfect actually. Thank you. This was such a treat. Thank you. More Edward or Jason. If I were to write one, I would want to write the one where the Varuv. Never stop creating. Can we all just take a moment to appreciate the improvement in speech she's made through the years? Thank you so much. I really learned my way around some words. Truly. But honestly, great work. Some rough moments grammatically, but overall great work. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna read out, you guys. I'll be live again on Wednesday of next week. We're gonna be doing a Faudian game. I'm gonna put a poll in Discord. If you want my Discord, here it is. We're either gonna be doing Jump King or Only Up or whatever. And then the Friday after, I don't have an idea of what we should do, but something like this, like something chatty. But I don't know yet. So if you guys have ideas, let a girl know. Oh, should we make our BuzzFeed quiz next week? Where we do the sun, moon, and rising? Like where we, you know, like I'm a chopped sun, a type shit rising, a whatever moon. That could be fun. All right, we'll do that on Friday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to try to do a Faudian game. If you guys want to raid with me, that's my followers message, and that's my sub one. Vague, thank you so much for the raid today. Thank you guys for the gifted subs. Taylor Lautner, it was so lovely to meet you. I'm absolutely honored. Real pinned. The craziest part of these is that this writer took her work so seriously, but grew up to write apologies with ChatGPT. You wanted me to read that before I left? You wanted me to read that shit before I left? That's crazy. Thank you guys for... Oh, shit, let me start this raid. We're gonna go raid Fuzz. He's dressed up as Waluigi, I think, and he's playing another Crab's Treasure. He's playing Crab Souls. I'll say my byes now. Bye Pola, bye Velky, bye Beps, bye Tabs, bye Vague, bye Mitty, bye Wilch, bye Ordy, bye Omario. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for indulging me. Bye Cody. I will see you all maybe on Wednesday. Oh, you're leaving? Oh, hi Cody, bye Cody. Bye fam, bye Edward Cullen Lover, right. I will see you on Wednesday for Jump King maybe. Okay, bye, see you later. Bye.